What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lantern, bringing you guys the NCL Season 8, oh my god, one day, hopefully, NCL Season 2 weekly recap for Week 8. There we go. This was the final week to make transactions, and you guys should be seeing a transactions video go up tomorrow. I believe I'm going to schedule it for tomorrow with the final transactions of the season. And there will also be playoff picture probably going up today as well. I figure I may as well do that the same time as the weekly recap because it's sort of covering the same topics and some slight things there. So I'm not going to touch on anything playoffs related, just standings and the move stats and all of that good stuff, just like normal. So heading right into things, the leaderboard for kills as of week 8. Earthquake is still in first with 21 kills, picking up a few. Ice Beam picked up a lot of kills, especially in my match, and is still in second, but at 19 now. Thunderbolt picked up a bunch in Cade's match and is at 17. In terms of unique move kills, we're now up to 108. Few things that got kills this week were Twinkle Tackle. I don't know what else. There were a few things that got like 2 kills, and I've sorted it now, so I've lost where those might be. Maybe I can find them just by looking slightly. And I'm probably not. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave it at that then. So Twinkle Tackle is the standout one, anyways. That's really the big hitter that got a kill this week. 11 unique Z move kills now, so we still have 11 unique Z moves, and how many were 20 total Z move kills with 11 unique Z move kills. So Hydro Vortex got one, and Twinkle Tackle picked up its first one, and I want to say that's it. Yes, those were the 2 Z move kills for this week, 18 and 10 unique from last week. So that's what happened there in terms of move kills. In terms of your kill leaders, fairly standard looking kill leaderboard. I want to preface this by saying that the match between the Green Bay Golisopods and the Wiltshire Wartortles has not happened yet, so this is a truncated version of the weekly recap. Not much I can do about that unless I released this like at the same time as the week 9 one, which would really suck because I want to consistently do these. So, yeah, Phil and Matt are not playing until Friday this week, which is like already almost the end of week 9, but I'd rather them play the match than award an FF. And like, I don't even know who I would award the FF to because it's neither of their faults that they couldn't. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. But that's the scenario that we're heading into the kill leaders with. So Melodic picked up 3 kills this week and soared back up to the top of the standings with 13 kills and a plus 11 differential. Kinkelder sitting there still with 13 kills and a plus 9 differential. Megalataria picked up a lot of kills in Austin's game over Jay, and it's up to 12 kills and a plus 9 differential. Sitting just below those is Volcanion and Mega Aerodactyl, both with 11 kills. Volcanion with plus 8, Mega Aerodactyl with plus 7. So again, these could all change based on Phil and Matt's game. I'm not going to update this with those, but the week 9 recap will include those. So Jed took a loss to somebody this week. He lost to Ben in kind of a crushing defeat, honestly. Zapdos just kind of stalled Jed out, and Zapdos is Jed's mortal enemy. There's really not much more to talk about that. I don't know how different that game could have gone. I think that it was probably about standard for how that game could have gone. I don't really know if it could have gone either way. I don't really think it would have. Austin picked up a big win over Jay, an important win actually that we'll talk about in playoff picture. Really important that he picked up a win against one of the bottom teams. It was supposed to be his easiest match of the season, and it looked like it. Honestly, he prepped really well and battled really well, and hopefully he can keep it up for the rest of the season to continue to, he it's all still in his power if he wants to make wildcard 1 or win the division. Still up in the air. He can still do that by any means. So he's got a tough week ahead of him though. He's playing Ben. That'll be a really huge game to see if he's going to be able to win the division. Basically, if he loses to Ben, there's no chance that he's going to win the division, and Ben pretty much clinches it. But if he beats Ben, then a lot of cool stuff happens, and we'll talk about that in playoff picture. Dom picked up a loss to Cade and the Krabby Dabbies. Big loss, actually. Cementing the fact that Dom really hasn't beaten anyone higher than him in the standings this season. He was sort of picking on the low lower feeders, and he hasn't really been playing that well. So we'll look for Dom to maybe make a stand and pick it up in the last 4 weeks of the season here. Nacho picked up a win, which really sucked for me because I could have clinched if Nacho lost this week because I beat Magic. Spoilers ahead, but he picked up a win over Daniel and the Seattle Raptors, and honestly, just from an unbiased perspective, regardless if I was clinching or not, this game all came down to hacks. Daniel missed like 4 moves, and they all really mattered. This game was 100% in the bag if he hit those moves, but that's what happens when you run moves without 100% accuracy. So, you can't really do much about it, and Nacho ended up winning pretty much based on luck, but despite the luck, Nacho did play well. I actually think Daniel played well as well, and it just sort of ended up being an unfortunate loss for Daniel there. Matt hasn't played yet. Cade picked up a huge win over Dom, really big win. Combine Tapu Koko, he had absolutely nothing for it. It was really good prep. Uh, Pretty much a summary of that game. Myself, I absolutely throttled Magic, and I misplayed a little bit, and I could have gotten 6 kills with Melodic, but Melodic picked up 3, Mew picked up 3. I don't know. I played that game almost entirely flawlessly, based around what I thought he was going to bring and what he actually did bring. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was just a really quick game with not a whole lot of notes to talk about necessarily, just really standard. We had 4 5-0s this week, by the way, and we could have a fifth, so it was kind of a week of smashes, except for Daniel versus Nacho. Daniel, again, really unfortunate loss. I really was hoping that he was going to win the game, and he was really close to winning the game. But in my opinion, the biggest thing was he missed a Meteor Mash on Piloswine with his Metagross, which ended up costing him the game, because if he hits that, Piloswine dies, and his weakness policy, Agility, Metagross just kind of cleans up the rest of the game there. Magic picked up a big loss against me. This loss matters a lot because it puts him potentially in the elimination range. He actually, I believe, still has the lowest. Yeah, he does. By 2 differential, he's lower than Jay for last place in the league right now. And he was just coming off of a win, so that sort of stymied his progress. He's got a relatively difficult end to his season, and so will be he's got to play Jay, so that's going to be a match of throws potentially there in week 11. So we'll see what happens there. Ben and the Tampa Bay Weasels picked up a win over Jed. Big win, like strong win, and continues to sit in first in the division, although he's only up by a win and 1 differential point. So if he ends up losing, then I can easily take that away from him potentially. He's just having a hell of a season, and good for him, right? Jay picked up a loss against Austin. I don't really think Jay cares anymore about the losses. He's planning ahead to next season, and that's really all he can do. Technically, he does still have a shot at playoffs, but we'll talk more about that in the playoff picture episode. And Phil hasn't played his match yet. So that is going to be it for me, and I will see you guys for the rest of the videos for this week, and then for weekly recap week 9.